Hello everybody, welcome back to my Minecraft channel. Today I have something very special planned. We are not doing the Minecraft Hardcore series. Today, we're going to be touring my very special world that I have been requested to record. And I'm very excited because I have a lot of cool things in this world. So without further ado, let's get on to this video. So as you can already see, I have a beacon. And I have a little bit of something special right here. And I'm just going to show you the whole thing real quick and then we'll get into detail. Here it is. Yeah, it's pretty big and a giant wall is around it, and that took me forever. So the first thing we're going to start with is the first thing I ever made in this world, which is this really cool looking house that I made. I was actually really proud of this house. I think this is the first house I've ever really made that I really impressed myself with. And as you can see, this Until I Succeed In, which is my world name, and it was established 2019. That was about 8 months ago since I first started this world, and I haven't played on this world 8 months straight. I've taken some breaks, but I've kept going back to it, and I've just kept progressing and progressing in this world as I play. So, as you can see, looks very nice. First floor. There should be a villager in here. I don't know what happened to him. I'm in a snapshot, so that's probably why he disappeared, but that really sucks, actually. I had a really good villager right here that was selling mending. Dang. Alright, well, here as you can see, looks pretty nice. Got a carpet and a table. And as we go up the steps, employees only, we have an enchantment table. My very first enchantment table, actually. And in here it's got some books and just some lapis. Here's the deck where you can just see everything that I've made in this world. And by the way, this isn't everything you see. I have a lot more stuff outside of this area. We go up here. This was my very first storage room. I was using this as a storage room for the longest time until I started actually storing it in one area so I don't have to keep going up those ladders. And yeah, it's pretty cozy. I got my bed, got a carpet, got some furnaces, got an anvil. Yeah, pretty good. It's a pretty good starter base, I should say so myself. And the next thing we made was this farm back here. I used this as a food farm, and I just kept growing potatoes and carrots as my main food source until I made an automatic fishing farm, which till this day I'm still eating fish because I get so much fish and I just never run out. Next thing I made, which is over here, is a mine. I actually really like this mine and I still use it to gather resources. So it's just a straight drop into a pool of water down there, and right here is the way back up. It's just a simple water source, but so if you get on here, nothing really special, just a hallway and then some strip mines going all the way down. That's a witch. And in this door, here I have a beacon with haste 2, and on this pickaxe, I have efficiency 5. And basically, what that means is I can literally spam mine, and it's so satisfying, and it's so easy to get a lot of stone and resources. And I also find a ton of diamonds down here too. So going back up in this water elevator, I have some other cool stuff I'd like to show you. Next thing I made was this furnace area, and I really went overboard with the campfire smoke effect right here. And I kind of just freestyled this. I just went in an area where I could smelt all my ores, my food, and my blocks. And yeah, this thing was super good cooking multiple stacks at a time. It was just really efficient and quick. And then next, for just decoration purposes, I added this coal pile right here to act like I used this coal to power my furnace area. And again, I used campfire to have that smoke effect. And as you can see right here, it's very noticeable. I have a watchtower, but it's not very useful anymore because I have these walls blocking the watchtower. But up here is just a standard watchtower area, and in here is a chest with nothing really much, and I never really go up here. But yeah, that is pretty cool. And I also like to jump off of here or use that as a elytra platform to take flight. And then the next thing I made was this hut right here. For the longest time, it's just used for bulk storage, which means cobblestone, dirt, and just lots of blocks that you can get really easily. And oh wow, I have not checked these chests apparently.
Comment if you get the joke.
And then after that, I made this cool little garden area. I just thought it made the center of this area just kind of tie it all together, and I like it a lot. It just a lot. It's just really pretty, and that's perfect area for my beacon because this is the exact middle of my area. And I added these 2 fountains on the side to make it look even more better. And going up these steps, this is like the second layer, and I kind of wanted to have layers to my city. And it's not really a city; it's pretty small, but it's got a lot of useful things. It's more like technical than pretty because I wanted like a lot of resources to like make a city. So right here is a giant fountain that I just came up with, and I thought it looked kind of cool that this place needed because I wanted this like stairway effect on the side right here. And these 2 things are automatic sugarcane farms, and each silo is filled with a ton of automatic sugarcane farms. Literally, sugarcane goes up, observer detects it, redstone back here powers this piston, and it breaks the sugarcane goes down here into those hoppers down there. And it is pretty big. If you can see up there on the top left, it goes up pretty far, and that is the same exact thing on this one too. And right here is another house. This is my very first attempt at making like a diagonal building. I think it was just very necessary to link these 2 up so they're connected. And there's not very much detail in here. There's a really cool elevator though that I really like in here. That's very cool. And in here, I was gonna put librarians in here where I could sell my paper from the sugarcane I get in here for emeralds, so I can get like mending books and other sorts like that. So down here is where the actual sugarcane gets stored. And let's see how much we have already. Yeah, just a ton of sugarcane, and yeah, just stacks and stacks and stacks of sugarcane. It's actually insane. I obviously don't need that much, but I haven't been really needing mending lately. And then the next thing I made is during October, and I just had an idea I should make a automatic and a cool looking pumpkin patch. Really, I just spammed a whole bunch of pumpkin seeds around here just to make it look all random. I added these scarecrows right here just to add light to make sure these guys can grow. And yeah, another cool building that I made. And yeah, I haven't done very much interior designs in these areas. Before we go down there, up here, again, nothing really up here besides a deck that doesn't have any railing. That's very dangerous, but you know, no one ever really goes up there anyway. So now down here is the more technical area, is where all the pumpkins are stored, and this is just a simple automatic pumpkin farm. Basically, when this stem puts a pumpkin down here, the observer like detects that it placed a block, so the piston breaks it, and then like that, and then they just drop on the floor like that. And then, as you saw right there, the hopper minecart goes under each block and picks it up, and then goes right here and stores it. And yep, as you probably guessed, I have a ton of those resources too. And yeah, I was thinking of making multiple layers of this, but honestly, it's so effective that I won't ever really need to make more than one. And then I made this villager town, specifically made for villagers so I could go and trade with them. And for these top half of these buildings, I don't have anything just because no one ever goes up there because the villagers don't climb ladders. They just sleep in these beds, and then I have some workbenches and tools. For example, I have a lectern right here. But yeah, this is just the area, and yeah, occasionally cats spawn in here just because there's villagers here, and I'm not even sure where they even are. I feel like all of them despawn because I'm in a snapshot. So this is the cafeteria. I thought it was pretty cool. Again, nothing really in here. And I really just made this area to store villagers because, let's be honest, I'm going to use them for something else, which I will showcase a little bit later. And here's the market area back here. Pretty cool. So moving forward, right here is my creeper farm that I use for gunpowder because I was running low on rockets at the time, and I had a ton of paper, and I needed more rockets. So I decided to make one of these big boxes in the air, and occasionally only creepers will spawn. In the recording of this video, we've gotten 25 gunpowder. It isn't the most efficient. Like, see, I don't have any like full large chests filled because they're a little bit more like rarer, I guess, but it's pretty slow, but it definitely keeps up with how many rockets I use. And right here is just like an AFK spot because I like to AFK and have these guys spawn. And this area, which is the most insane iron golem farm that I've ever made, and it's super simple. But right now it's not working because for some reason in a snapshot all the villagers in my world have died, and I have no idea why. They just despawned. Basically how it works is 3 villagers are in each pod, and there's 3 beds for each of them to sleep, and there's 3 workbenches for them to get a profession. And those zombies there are scaring the villagers so they don't actually sleep. And what that does is this area is basically classified as a village. So iron golem spawn, and they're basically calling for backup because they see zombies and they don't want to die. So basically they spawn, the water brings them down into this chamber, and they die in this lava. And let's just see the rates. Probably not any just because there's no villagers, but I don't really need any more because holy cow, just double chest of iron, and it's actually insane. And then a full inventory of roses. So yeah, pretty insane. Yeah, everybody should have this in their world. So that means they will not need to go mining ever again for iron. So right here, I needed an area for my nether portal, and I just kind of made this little landscape that's just kind of taken over by the nether. It's kind of like a virus, and it just spreads from the other dimension, and I've used some new blocks from the nether update here, which looks pretty cool. There's nothing in the nether right now. There's just like a closed off area, so no gas can shoot me. And this was my sword system that I had, and actually right here is where I finished this whole city. 8 months later, 7:48 p.m., I finished the city, and I was really excited because I wanted to do something new. Yeah, another filler. I just made a wheat field. Not very useful since I don't really use it, but still cool anyways. And that, I believe, is everything in this part of the city. There's not very much, but it's mainly for like getting automatic materials and just other cool things like that. Moving on, I will show you over here where it's lit up right here. There is a automatic cave spider spawner. I was mining and then I found a mine shaft and I decided to make a cave spider spawner, and holy cow is it really good. It mends up all my tools fairly quickly and lags out my game a ton. So here it is. The guys spawn, go down here, and get stuck right here. It's pretty simple. They just keep on spawning. And the unique thing about this spawner is that when I kill them, their drops go into this hopper, into this chest, and then another hopper under it picks it up. And it's pretty complicated how I do this. I actually have an automatic sorting system for the spider eyes that go over here and the string that goes over here. So yeah, it's automatically sorted. I have a full double chest filled with string and a little bit more. Same thing with spider eyes and a little bit more. And it's pretty cool how it works, because when I kill them, only spider eyes will go up here, and it looks like it's hollow, but I have a dropper that drops items, and it's constantly being obstructed by blocks, making it go upwards into that water stream and then into these chests. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the reason why I made this elevator is look how fast it goes up. I can just spam click and I'm already on the surface. That's how quick it is. And another area over here is a automatic fishing farm, and I've literally spent weeks automatic fishing, and it's pretty insane, and you just get so many levels, and it's actually crazy. So right here, a cool little hut that I made, and it's probably a super easy design. You literally just drop it right there, keep right clicking on this note block, and it just keeps going and going, and you literally just AFK forever. And from all these chests, you can probably tell they're not full, because I recently just emptied it out, and this is where I throw all my items, and bam. Look at all these enchantment books, and they all have fairly good enchantments on them, and I have so many books. Then I also made a sorting system, or not sorting system, but just a storage system, where I have all my fish, and I have more raw cod because I like to eat the raw cod, and then just some puffer fish, but I don't like to get too many because I don't need too many. And then a whole bunch of shells, name tags, just a whole bunch of stuff. And then saddles, water bottles, bunch of fishing rods, just in case if I lose my one fishing rod, I can just combine all these guys to make a new one. And then same thing with bows. And right here, yeah, it's insane. I just have so many books, and it's so useful, because basically I if I die with this armor on, which is basically the best armor in the game, I can just basically recreate it right off the bat. As that said, that is basically this whole region, and it's not very much, but it is pretty insane still. For the past couple of weeks, going in this direction, I've been working on a new city that's mainly focused on detail and just a really cool designs, and I've never really built like this before. And as you can see, here it is. It's not too big, it's only got a few houses, but I'm planning on filling this whole entire plains biome and more with these styled houses. As you can already see, it looks really nice. And let's start with the first ever building I ever made. So right here, I had this area where I could sleep and just store some of my storage here. And oh boy, does this thing look really nice. I'm very proud of these buildings everywhere, actually. And all this like landscape and just, it's so detailed and it's like really like fun and just interesting to look around in this area. So anyways, into this building. So we got some storage in here that I've already moved out, and this is where I sleep, and it's just, again, a lot of detail, even lots of flower pots and stuff like that. So yeah, small building, but lots of use. This was my second attempt in a while that I've done like a diagonal roof and a partially diagonal house, and I think it looks pretty good, and I like it a lot, and I think it just has a lot of detail and contrast and a lot of cool things like that. So in here, this style or this theme was to store like lots of plants. Like this person that lived here was a baker. So yeah, I wasn't really personally living in this house. I just wanted to add more buildings and kind of had a story for everything. Still, I sometimes use this bed and just a lot of storage, and all around it looks great. So the next thing I made, I believe, was this area over here, and this is an automatic chicken farm that also looks pretty cool, and that smoke effect adds like a factory effect. And as you can see, there's a ton of chickens, but the flaw in this building is it doesn't produce a lot of chicken. And if you can hear that, there's a ton of chickens in here, and I feel like if I breed too many, they're gonna start lagging out my game and they're just gonna suffocate in these walls. So that is that house. It's very small, but I haven't really used it yet, just because I've been using lots of fish. But, you know, fish doesn't have the best saturation, but I just have a ton of it, so I don't really mind. Going on top of this really nice pathway that I like is this house. And I think this is probably the coolest thing. It's just really cool, like how I use like some cool tricks in this building. So this is like a forge where I'm going to use anvils in like my armor and stuff. What I meant was I used this cool effect was I put a armor stand on a slab, and then I had a piston, and I pushed a slab into that armor stand, and it kind of adds that effect that this helmet is on the table. And yeah, I'm a rich kid, so I can just put diamonds on the walls. And same thing with over here, I had diamond helmet and did the same thing. And this is where I have my anvil, and this is the new block that I used in the game, and it adds like a cool like burnt or like an area to separate the wood from the stone, and it just looks really cool. And right here, the most commonly used building is this rather large building, and if you can see down there, that's my storage system, and it's not a lot because it's pretty small, and I usually use shulker boxes to fill up these chests. And I added a cool little plant area under here, and going up these steps into this beautifully designed house are my furnaces that I don't use, and you'll see why. And up here, which is where I sleep and store all my goods with my 34 diamond blocks, mending books, and ton of stuff I got from raiding the end cities. For my storage system, it's all visually organized. As you can tell, this is all the woods, and then the woods specials, so like that means stairs and anything that has to do with wood, and then stone, anything that's to do with stone. This is decorations and plants, and then this is just miscellaneous blocks where I don't really have any category for these. Then I have mob drops, then I have specials, which include like discs and just cool like stuff around here like Totem of Undying. Those are pretty rare. And then shulker boxes with redstone and some unused blocks and just some excess storage. And then this is just more miscellaneous items. And finally, the last building, and this is an automatic smelting area. and it is pretty cool and so easy to use. Literally, you take your block, I don't have any blocks right now, you put it in the input chest, and items will be taken out from this chest into that hopper and goes into a magical land. And you put your fuel in here, but there's a lot of fuel in here, so it's probably already filled. And this is where all of your items come out of. And right here is where to start. And I actually really like this furnace design. It just looks like an actual furnace. Well, that is pretty much everything. I've been grinding on this world for the past week. And for the past week, I've made all of this, and I can't wait to see how far we get when this thing is pretty much halfway done, or maybe even done. But anyways, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys want to see more videos from me, don't forget to hit the bell icon down below. And, do all that jazz. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.